Since the dawn of human civilization, trade routes have played a pivotal role in connecting distant societies, facilitating not only the exchange of goods, but also the sharing of ideas, culture, and technology. These ancient thoroughfares, winding through deserts, mountains, and oceans, served as the veins of the ancient world, carrying the lifeblood of commerce and communication. Imagine a time when the world was divided into isolated pockets of civilization, each thriving in its own unique way, yet yearning for the treasures and innovations of others. This was the reality before the establishment of trade routes, before silk, spices, and precious metals traversed vast distances, igniting curiosity and ambition across continents. One of the most famous of these routes is the Silk Road, a sprawling network of trade routes that connected East Asia to the Mediterranean. Emerging during the Han Dynasty around the 2nd century BCE, the Silk Road was initially established to facilitate the trade of silk, a luxurious textile coveted by the wealthy elite. Yet, as the centuries unfolded, it became a conduit for much more than just silk. Merchants traversed treacherous mountain passes and arid deserts, carrying not only goods, but also ideas and cultures. The movement of people along the Silk Road led to the exchange of philosophies, religions, and technologies. Buddhism, for example, spread from India to China along these routes, transforming the spiritual landscape of Asia. The rich tapestry of interactions forged by traders and travelers created a cultural mosaic that shaped the civilizations it touched. As we delve deeper into the history of the Silk Road, we discover the myriad of goods that passed through its arteries. Spices from India, silk from China, glassware from the Roman Empire, and precious stones from Persia were just a few of the treasures that made their way along this vibrant corridor. The demand for these exotic commodities fueled the growth of cities such as Samarkand and Bukhara, which became bustling trade hubs teeming with activity. Yet, like all great endeavors, the Silk Road was not without its challenges. The vast distances, harsh climates, and political instability along the route posed significant risks to merchants. Banditry was common, and many travelers faced perilous journeys that tested their resilience. Despite these challenges, the allure of profit and the promise of adventure compelled countless individuals to undertake the journey. While the Silk Road is perhaps the most renowned trade route, it is far from the only one. Across the Mediterranean, another vibrant network thrived, the maritime trade routes that connected Europe, Africa, and Asia. The Mediterranean Sea served as a bustling highway for merchants, facilitating the exchange of goods such as olive oil, wine, and grain. The Phoenicians, master seafarers of antiquity, were among the first to exploit these maritime routes. They established trading colonies and cities along the coasts of the Mediterranean, from modern-day Lebanon to the shores of Spain. Their voyages not only enriched their own cities, but also laid the groundwork for a cosmopolitan culture that embraced diversity and innovation. As we trace the roots of these ancient mariners, we encounter the legendary city of Carthage, a trading powerhouse that dominated the Western Mediterranean. Carthage was not only a center of commerce, but also a melting pot of cultures, where ideas from Africa, Europe, and the Near East converged. The city's strategic location allowed it to control vital trade routes, making it a formidable rival to Rome. The Romans, in their quest for expansion, recognized the importance of these trade routes. They established an extensive network of roads, connecting their empire from Britain to the Middle East. The famous saying, "All roads lead to Rome," reflects the centrality of the city in the ancient world. These roads were meticulously constructed, facilitating the movement of not just goods, but also armies, information, and culture. The Roman Empire's prosperity was inextricably linked to its ability to control and protect these trade routes. The Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability, allowed commerce to flourish. Merchants could travel with greater security, forging connections that spanned vast distances. The flow of goods and ideas contributed to a vibrant economy, leading to advancements in technology and infrastructure. Yet, the fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century CE brought significant disruption to these trade networks. The collapse of centralized authority led to a fragmentation of trade routes, with local powers vying for control. This tumultuous period saw a decline in long-distance trade, with many routes falling into disuse. However, the seeds of revival were sown, and new routes began to emerge. In the centuries that followed, the rise of Islam in the 7th century CE played a transformative role in shaping trade across the Middle East and beyond. The Islamic caliphates established vast trading networks that spanned from Spain to India, fostering an era of unparalleled exchange. The famous traveler Ibn Battuta journeyed across these routes, documenting the diverse cultures he encountered along the way. The Islamic Golden Age saw advancements in science, medicine, and philosophy, fueled by the exchange of knowledge along trade routes. Scholars translated ancient texts, preserving the wisdom of the Greeks and Romans while also contributing their own innovations. The bustling markets of cities like Baghdad and Cordoba became centers of learning and cultural exchange, drawing scholars and merchants from all corners of the world. As we move into the later centuries, we encounter the age of exploration, a period characterized by the relentless pursuit of new trade routes. European nations sought to circumvent the established land routes, which were often controlled by rival powers. This quest for new pathways led to daring voyages across uncharted waters. Christopher Columbus's journey in 1492 is a prime example of this spirit of exploration. Seeking a westward route to Asia, he instead stumbled upon the Americas, igniting a new era of transcontinental trade. The Columbian Exchange, as it came to be known, transformed the global landscape, as new crops, animals, and diseases were exchanged between the Old World and the New World. The impact of these ancient trade routes extends far beyond the mere exchange of goods. They shaped the very fabric of societies, influencing art, religion, and governance. The mingling of cultures fostered innovation, as ideas crossed borders and inspired new ways of thinking. However, the legacy of these routes is not without its complexities. The demand for exotic goods often led to exploitation and conflict. The desire for spices and precious metals fueled colonial ambitions, resulting in the subjugation of indigenous peoples and the reshaping of entire continents. The consequences of these ancient trade networks continue to resonate in our modern world, reminding us of the interconnectedness of human experience. Today, as we reflect on the ancient trade routes that connected civilizations across continents, we are reminded of the enduring spirit of curiosity and exploration. These routes were more than just pathways for commerce. They were conduits for cultural exchange, shaping the world in profound ways. As we stand at the crossroads of history, we find ourselves asking, what stories do these ancient pathways still hold? What treasures remain buried beneath the sands of time, waiting to be uncovered? The mysteries of the past beckon us to explore, to seek, and to understand the intricate web of connections that has defined human civilization. The legacy of ancient trade routes is a testament to the resilience of humanity, a reminder that regardless of the challenges we face, our desire to connect, to share, and to explore knows no bounds. So, as we journey through history, let us carry forward the lessons learned from those who traversed these ancient paths, embracing the spirit of discovery that unites us all. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysterious stories. Hit the bell to never miss an episode.